profitable we become. This has been our most profitable year. So I challenge you to do that with your team. How do you want people to feel? And what actions are you going to take to make them feel that way? Now, the hard part about our business is that people leave, and we don't want them to leave, but that's our whole model, right? We give you these skills, and we send you off into the world to share your gifts. Well, if there was one student I didn't want to leave, it was Drew Hart. I would have hung on to Drew Hart forever, and I'll tell you about Drew. Drew started with us when he was 22. He was 9 months into his journey, and we got a contract to clean a local middle school. Now, this was uncharted territory. We had never cleaned a public school before. I handed Drew the keys to that middle school, and he felt capable and confident, and he did his best, and he grew that one contract to 3. And then he became a team leader where he would lead teams of 100 students at 23 and 24 during our busy summer seasons. And I will never forget the day that Drew walked into my office and he said, "Boss, I know what I want to do after college." So what do you want to do? "I want to work for Chick-fil-A." Have to admit I was a little jealous, okay? I said, "Okay, tell me." He had just gotten back from a grand opening event where he was one of the first 100. And he and his friend drove to Ocala, Florida. They camped overnight in this parking lot. And he said, I was just sitting there thinking, if this is how awesome it feels to win and to be a part of the first 100, how awesome does it feel to be able to give somebody the title of "You're the first 100"? I want to be that person. So with some advice, someone said to him, you should get your foot in the door of a local Chick-fil-A. Learn about the culture, learn about the brand. So he did that. He split his time between local Chick-fil-A and Student Maid. And then when he graduated, we sent him off with tears, but we sent him off, and he joined full-time the marketing team, and he was responsible for 12 grand openings around the country. And then he had a new dream. He wanted to be an operator. And Dan, Kathy, I don't know if you remember this, but you had a conversation with Drew. Drew asked you, "If this is what I want to do, what advice do you have for a guy like me?" And you said you grow out and then you grow up. And so Drew knew that meant he had to move on from the Chick-fil-A where he was. His operator at the time, Ray Holloway, he told Ray about his aspirations. Ray supported him, wished him well, gave him the foundation that really allowed Drew to have a successful career with Chick-fil-A. And Drew went on to work for Wayne Efford in St. Augustine because he heard that Wayne had one of the best restaurants known for its level of hospitality, and he thought he'd be a wonderful person to learn from. And boy, was he right. And so Drew started breading chicken, then he became a team leader, then an assistant manager, then a director of all different parts of the restaurant. Now he's the director of talent. He's 27, he oversees 120 people. And just like he impacted Student Maid, I know he's impacting the restaurant where he is. And now he wants to be an operator, so he's applying for the leadership development program. And Wayne has been so supportive and so empowering to Drew. So what I want to do is thank Ray and Wayne, because Drew had this idea of what Chick-fil-A was from this one experience in a parking lot. And he walked into your restaurant and you delivered on the experience. You gave him what he expected. And so for that reason, you got Drew. And Wayne, you're keeping Drew by empowering him, by teaching him that he's capable, by giving him these opportunities to grow. It feels like it did at Student Maid. It's the reason he's not going anywhere else. You never know when the person sitting across the table from you is a Drew Hart. You never know. You never know what people are capable of. You don't know about their potential. You don't know where they come from. You don't know where they've been before you, the culture they experienced, what they're expecting. And had Drew walked into a Chick-fil-A and it not met his expectations of what he thought to be true about the brand and the experience, he would have left. But thanks to Ray and thanks to Wayne, he did not. And I don't think he will ever leave, maybe to go to his own restaurant. But judging by the picture, I think he's sticking around. So the point is, it doesn't matter if we're breading chicken, cleaning toilets, we're a small business with modest profit margins. Doesn't matter if the work is challenging. There's only one thing that matters: how we make people feel and how we help them grow. Thank you so much.